Welcome to Lighthouse KinShip's devotional video, Darkness of Disheartenment. Psalms chapter 142, verses 1 to 6, TPT. God, I'm crying out to you. I lift up my voice boldly to beg you for your mercy. I spill out my heart to you, and I tell you all my troubles. For when I was desperate, overwhelmed, and about to give up, you were the only one there to help. You gave me a way of escape from the hidden traps of my enemies.
I look to my left and right to see if there is anyone who will help, but there's no one who takes notice of me. I have no hope of escape, and no one cares whether I live or die. So I cried out to you, Lord, my only hiding place. You're all I have, my only hope in this life, my last chance for help. Please listen to my heart's cry, for I am low and in desperate need of you. Rescue me from all those who persecute me, for I am no match for them. Thursday, July 13, 2023, Monica and I were at North Point Lighthouse, Lake Michigan, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Psalms 142 is among many of the Psalms David crying honestly to the Lord of not only heaven and earth, but the Lord of David's heart, soul, and spirit. Disheartenment, vocabulary.com. The feeling of despair in the face of obstacles, the feeling that everything is wrong and nothing will turn out well. 1 Samuel chapter 24, David and his men were in the innermost part of a cave seeking safety because King Saul was still pursuing David.
1 Samuel 24, verses 1 to 3 NLT. After Saul returned from fighting the Philistines, he was told that David had gone into the wilderness of En-gedi. So Saul chose 3,000 elite troops from all Israel and went to search for David and his men near the rocks of the wild goats. At the place where the road passes some sheepfolds, Saul went into a cave to relieve himself. But as it happened, David and his men were hiding farther back in that very cave.
Why was King Saul and his 3,000 elite chosen men continuing pursuing David and his 600 band of men, described as men in distress, in debt, and disconnected? Jealousy, insecurity, and fear was the raging fire that drove King Saul to perceive himself as David's enemy.
1 Samuel 18, verses 6 to 9, Amplified. As they were coming home, when David returned from killing the Philistine, the women came out of all the cities of Israel, singing and dancing, to meet King Saul with tambourines, songs of joy, and musical instruments. The women sang as they played and danced, saying, Saul has slain his thousands, and David his 10,000s. Then Saul became very angry, for this saying displeased him, and he said, They have ascribed to David 10,000s, but to me they have ascribed only thousands. Now what more can he have but the kingdom? Saul looked at David with suspicion and jealousy from that day forward.
Do you have a jealous, insecure, fear-raging individual in your midst like King Saul, determined to eliminate all memories of you as well as your existence? 1 Samuel chapter 24, David could have taken vengeance on King Saul when unaware King Saul came into the same cave that David and his men was in.
1 Samuel 24, verses 4, 5, 7b to 11 NLT. Now's your opportunity, David's men whispered to him. Today the Lord is telling you, I will certainly put your enemy into your power, to do with as you wish. So David crept forward and cut off a piece of the hem of Saul's robe. But then David's conscience began bothering him because he had cut Saul's robe. After Saul had left the cave and gone on his way, David came out and shouted after him, My Lord the King! And when Saul looked around, David bowed low before him. Then he shouted to Saul, "Why do you listen to the people who say I am trying to harm you? This very day you can see with your own eyes it isn't true, for the Lord placed you at my mercy back there in the cave. Some of my men told me to kill you, but I spared you, for I said I will never harm the king. He is the Lord's anointed one. Look, my father, at what I have in my hand. It is a piece of the hem of your robe. I cut it off, but I didn't kill you. This proves that I'm not trying to harm you and that I have not sinned against you, even though you have been hunting for me to kill me."
Even through all of the years of King Saul's jealousy, insecurity, and fear of David, David restrained from avenging himself and continued to move on God's path for him, even though the path was walking through darkness of disheartenment.
1 Samuel 24, verses 12 to 15 NLT. May the Lord judge between us. Perhaps the Lord will punish you for what you're trying to do to me, but I will never harm you. As that old proverb says, from evil people come evil deeds, so you can be sure I will never harm you. Who is the king of Israel trying to catch anyway? Should he spend his time chasing one who is as worthless as a dead dog or a single flea? May the Lord therefore judge which of us is right and punish the guilty one. He is my advocate, and he will rescue me from your power.
This concludes our devotional video of Lighthouse KinShip, Darkness of Disheartenment, Isaiah chapter 43, verse 2 NLT. When you go through deep waters, I will be with you. When you go through rivers of difficulty, you will not drown. When you walk through the fire of oppression, you will not be burned up. The flames will not consume you. Isaiah 41, 11 to 13 NLT. See, all your angry enemies lie there, confused and humiliated. Anyone who opposes you will die and come to nothing. You will look in vain for those who tried to conquer you. Those who attack you will come to nothing. For I hold you by your right hand. I, the Lord your God, I say to you, don't be afraid. I am here to help you.
Monica, and I thank you for traveling along with us here at the last covered bridge, also known as Cedarburg Covered Bridge Park, Cedarburg, Wisconsin. Come along and journey with us by subscribing to our channel. Hit that little notification bell so that you won't miss our next stop. Please give us a thumbs up, liking our videos, and help us to spread the gospel by sharing these videos on your social media platforms. Thank you for leaving your comments below on how these devotions are helping you, and also your prayer requests so that we know how to pray for you.